Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today in another episode of VidGamiac vs. Imports, playing more Steins Renri No Darling. This time we are doing the Operations M achievement, which is to grab all of Mayuri's optional dialogues. So this is going to require a lot of saving and loading and a lot of specific decisions, so try to pay attention. So start up a new game, and this is of course after doing our 6 playthroughs of the main playthroughs, so save these playthroughs for last. You want to fast forward all the way to the part where you meet Suzuha out in the street. So just skip all this intro stuff right here, ignore all the text messages, you can open them if you want to, it doesn't really matter.
そうなんよ。新曲のキャンペーンかなんからしいんだけどさ。
Alright, once you get onto the street right here, what you want to do is you want to hit start and you want to make a save. And you want to save this over file 1. So we have all our files as a reference here from our first 6 playthroughs. You should have it looking a little something like that. Make sure you save over file 1 and then answer the text message you get when you meet Suzuha, and you want to answer all of the text messages with this sender right here. So for this first one, you want to pick the first response, and then you want to answer every single text message from that person. It's the person with the 3 Japanese characters, so that second text message, for example, you want to ignore that one because it's not from the person we're looking for. You should get your second one when you look at the skyscraper in Akihabara, and for this you want to respond using the first one. So that knocks another one out of the way. Pretty much this person is Mayuri. You want to respond to all her texts. You're going to head to the shrine, and then you're going to get another text from her. Open it. That one should have no responses, so that finishes up that tree of conversation. You want to hit start and then do a quick save, and then you want to load from save number 1. The reason you want a quick save is because that saves all your progress in the main game, and then you can load from your last save and then do all of the conversation trees you miss. So Mayuri's going to text you. For that first one of the second playthrough, you want to pick the first choice and then get to fast forwarding. Then once you get to the skyscraper, make sure you answer this text, and for this one you want to pick the second option. So after you knock that one out of the way, what you want to do is you want to keep fast forwarding. Once you head to the shrine, she's going to text you again, answer this, and then this one only has one choice. Make sure you send that response in and then fast forward, and then a little bit later you should get another text right here, and then this one should finish up that conversation tree. So once that happens, make sure you hit start, make sure you quick save, and then load from your last save. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth with these next upcoming playthroughs. Alright, so same deal. Once you meet Suzuha, Mayuri's gonna text you. Make sure for this one you pick the first choice, so do that and then get to fast forwarding, and then you want to just skip all the stuff till you get to the skyscraper. So once again, ignore that second one you get while talking to Suzuha. So once you get to the skyscraper, she's going to text you. Make sure you respond to it with the third choice this time, so do that. And then you want to fast forward to the shrine, answer this text. And for this one, there's only one option, so pick that, and then fast forward some more, and then after a little bit, you should get another text, and this one is going to be the last one of this conversation tree. So once again, start, quick save, and then load from your last save. And we're going to be using slot 1 a lot for these, so keep that in mind. That's pretty much our overwrite slot. Alright, for this playthrough, answer the text message. This time you want to pick the second option, so the one on the bottom, and then this should start its own conversation tree. And then fast forward, and you want to keep fast forwarding, ignore that text message, and then get to the skyscraper, and then you can read this text message. So this one's going to be the end of that tree. There's only 2 messages in that conversation tree, and this one you want to quick save again, and this time you want to load from save 1 once again. That should put you by Suzuha, and this time you just want to skip all of the text messages until you get back to the lab. So just keep fast forwarding, just ignore everything until you get to the lab. That should be right after the shrine. So once you get back here, you want to make sure you open up your text messages so you can clear your phone notifications, and then you want to make a save. So make sure you save over slot 1, and then what you want to do is you want to keep fast forwarding and remember to answer texts from Mayuri. So you're going to skip past this first part, and then once you're here, you should get some headphones. So during the headphones, you should get a text. Make sure you respond to it. That one's going to be the first choice, and then you want to fast forward some more. You get a text message in the maid cafe, and this one should be the end of this conversation tree. So make sure you close your phone, make a quick save, and then what you want to do is you want to go to load, and then we're going to load up our save we just made, and this will load us up back with Mayuri right here, since we overwritten our other save to save time. There's that pun again, you know, save to save time. Anyways, for this text message, you want to pick the second option this time. So we're going through every single available conversation option. So once you get to this part, get the text message, only one response, pretty self-explanatory, send that off, and then get back to fast forwarding. And you're gonna get a text right here. This one has an attachment. Make sure you open up the attachment. It's gonna be a golden Upa, which is pretty cool. And get to quick saving, and then what you want to do now is you want to make a save, and we're going to save over save file number 1. So now we have a new point of origin we can start from. So you're going to get to this scene, you're going to get a text message, ignore it. Ignore all text messages not from Mayuri. Your second text message should be one from Mayuri. This one, you want to pick the first option, so make sure you get that. And then close the phone, fast forward, you get a text message out here with Mr. Braun, ignore that. You want to pick up the second one right here, and this one you want to pick the first option, so pick that, and then send that one off. Pretty self-explanatory, but it's super confusing, so you might want to have like a spreadsheet or something to keep track, or watch this video very slowly. Anyways, skip the next couple of text messages until you get to this part. Make sure you respond to this one. Only one choice. Send that one off. And then back out. You get text right here. Ignore that one. And then you want to keep fast forwarding. Then you get to a crazy fast forward tree right here. The game's going to freeze for some reason. That's just a me problem, I think. But you're going to get to this part where she will send you a text. And this one's going to be blank, so that should be the end of this conversation tree. So we're going to open up the save, and then you want a quick save, and then you want to load. And then we're going to load save file 1. So there's a lot of going back and forth through the same parts of the story in order to get all the conversation options. Alright, so this time for this text message, you want to pick the first option again. So do that, send that off, and then fast forward, and then you can get to Mr. Braun, skip the first one, and answer the second one. And this time you want to pick the second option, so the longer of the two, the one that's on the bottom, and then send that off. And then you want to skip until we get that text message that's a little far away, which is going to be right here. Make sure you open it and read it. Even if it doesn't have a response, you have to read it, because the achievement is to actually read all the text messages from that person. Quick save, and then load up save file number 1 again, and this time we're going to go through another branch of this conversation tree. So make sure you fast forward until you get to this part, open up the text, and then this time you want to pick the second option, so the one with a question mark on the bottom, and then you want to fast forward. Skip the first one with Mr. Braun again, and then second one right here. Answer it. There's only one option. Make sure you pick that. And then you want to keep fast forwarding. You skip this text message, and then you want to keep going until you get to this text message. Open this one up. This one should be the end of this conversation tree. So after all of that, what you want to do now is you want to make a quick save. So make sure you quick save. Alright, after all of that, what you want to do now is you want to return to the title screen. So go to the bottom option and then return to title screen. Every time you return to the title screen, you want to make sure you save the game. So pick the option on the left, which is to save your system data, and that's very important for getting the CG 100% achievement later on. So keep that in mind. Then what you want to do is you want to start up a brand new game and get to fast forwarding until the right text message. Once again, you can hit A to skip past the opening theme song and all that stuff, and just wait for the first text message to appear.
Oi, 聞こえるか？実は心だから何
Alright, the first message is going to appear once again when you're on the streets with Suzuha, so make sure you answer this text message. And for this one, you just want to open it and then you want to close it. So make sure you do that. So don't respond to any of those messages and just skip past it. And you want to keep fast forwarding, ignore all the text messages until I say so, which is right here. So once you get to the skyscraper, she's going to text you about a park or something. Make sure you respond to the response in that message. So skip the first one and respond to the second one at the skyscraper. After that, you're going to get another conversation tree. So at the shrine, she's going to mention some more stuff. Make sure you respond to that text message, then fast forward, and then you get a text right here. And then this one's going to be the end of this tree, so make sure you just quick save. Make sure you quick save at the end of every conversation tree, just so the game tracks your data. And then after that, we are going to return to the title screen. Once again, remember, every time you return to the title screen, make sure you save the system data, or else you will be very, very upset later that you have to do all this all over again. Alright, what you want to do now is you want to load up save file number 5. So if you remember from the other playthroughs, we made these save files in a very specific order, and this is the reason why, because we have to load up specific saves in order to find specific conversation choices in order to get the rest of these achievements. And if you didn't make those saves, you would have to make a bunch of other playthroughs in order to do all this. Anyways, the text message you're looking for is going to be right here once you see Ruka and Kirisu in that room. Then you want to fast forward and then make that conversation choice. And then as soon as you make that conversation choice, quick save once you get control of your character again, and then you want to load from save number 5 again. So make sure you do that. And this time, do the same thing except make the opposite choice. So fast forward to the part where you see those two in the lab, Ruka and Kirisu, the girl in the black and the girl with the red hair. So once you get to here, make sure you open up the text message, read it, hit right bumper to fast forward through the phone. Once you get to this, instead of picking the first choice this time, you want to pick the second choice and then let the game fast forward itself until you get to a part where you can control your character again. And once you do that, what you want to do is you want to open up your phone and you want to make sure you go through all these text messages that Mayuri sent you. So make sure these are all read. So anything with those 3 Japanese characters, make sure you have read them. And as soon as you do that, you want to make a quick save and then you want to load up the game again. This time we are going to load up from save number 2. So do that. And once the game loads up, we are going to continue fast forwarding. And then we are going to skip the first couple of text messages because they're super annoying, because they're super frequent, and just ignore them until you get a Mayuri text. her first text should come when you're out in Akihabara Station right here. It should look a little something like this with the date of August 12th. There's going to be one response in it, so make sure you respond to that, and that should put you on the right path. So after that, get to fast forwarding and just keep checking your text messages. You are going to get a lot of text messages from Moeka right here, but make sure you just ignore those and look for the Mayushi text. So you can get a bunch of them because Moera talks through texting if you haven't watched the anime. And then once you get to the tree, this is where you should get your next Mayushi text. So open this up and then respond to the only response in there. And then what you want to do is you want to get back to fast forwarding. Some more stuff's going to happen. As you can see, stuff always happens. Once you get back to the garage, you want to open up this text message. My achievement popped a little early. It popped right here for 10 gamer score, but there's actually one more choice you can actually miss if you didn't open up this text in your first playthrough. So make sure you quick save, and this time you want to load, and you want to load from save number 8 right now. And then you just want to fast forward until you get the one and only Mayushi text. There's no choices to be made, so there's no conversation tree. It's just one text you can miss if you don't read it, and you have to read it to get the achievement. Once again, I popped my achievement a little early, so if you don't get the achievement in that last bit right here, you want to play through this part in save number 8. So the conversation pops up when you're out here with Ruka. Make sure you open it and you have to read it, and that should be the last text message for Mayushi, so you should pop your achievement there if you haven't gotten it already. After that, remember to quick save and then return to title screen. Whenever you return to title screen, make sure you system save by picking the left option always. That's it for this playthrough. Don't forget to check back soon for more. Things get more complicated, and that's all there is to it.